Hey everybody, welcome to group break number 413. Today we are doing the half case, the other half case from last week. So there's no Bedard Young Gun in the first half, but there was a portraits, there are some numbered cards. Overall, could be a pretty solid case. New format for this week though, it's a 31 team random with Chicago being a free team and then all of the Bedard cards getting random. So essentially how that will work is after the break is done, we will go ahead and list out the Bedard cards, random those 3 times along with Chicago because all of the remaining Chicago Blackhawks cards will just go to one person. So however many Bedard cards we get, we'll do that random. And then we'll random list the teams again, and whatever teams line up with something, get something. It's pretty straightforward once you see it done like once. And the only other note is that the Leo Carlson, Connor Bedard, Young Gun checklist will just be a straight up random between Anaheim and Chicago because that is it'd be kind of weird to leave Anaheim just totally out of that card. So it's kind of the method to the madness. So, all right, here we go. Team random time. 3 times on the names, 3 times on the teams. Who you line up with is who you get. Let me go ahead and get the right spreadsheet up. And yeah, we got our break schedule for today in case you're wondering in other breaks, what other breaks are going on. So here we go. All right, and I can barely see the edge of the names there, but good luck, everyone. Here we go. Once, twice, third time. All right, copy, and then go back over to here, paste. And then teams 3 times. Again, Chicago is the free team. Kind of. It's like a modified free team, kind of. I'm not going to don't paste them in yet. There we go. Now paste. 3 times. Once. Twice. Third time. Buffalo on top. Edmonton on the bottom. Buffalo on top. Edmonton on the bottom. So here we go. Pierre, you have the Buffalo Sabres. Paul with the Winnipeg Jets. Bill, you've got the Philadelphia Flyers. Man, Bill, you seem to always get the Flyers. Walter with the Panthers. Gabby with the Habs. Brandon with the Kings. Chris with the Blue Jackets. Tobias with the Devils. Raymond with the Flames. Angie with the Wild. Robert with the Senators. Brandon with the Coyotes. Vitamir with the New York Islanders. Kyle with the Lightning. Bob with the Detroit Red Wings, Mark with the Avs, Henry with the Stars, Harris with the Sharks, Adrian with the Rangers, Roger with the Bruins. Bruins are a pretty solid team in this. Joshua with the Ducks, Kenneth with Vancouver, Lawson with Seattle, Edward with the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mike with the Nashville Predators, Krista with the Carolina Hurricanes, Brent with the Leafs, Doug with the St. Louis Blues, Cherry with the Vegas Golden Knights, Jerome with the Washington Capitals, and Mike with the Oilers. There are your teams. I'll get them into the team viewer shortly once I get my mouse back on the right page here. So, all right. Let's go ahead and he's copied into the right place. And then specifically for this break, we don't need Chicago, so it'll appear empty. I guess I could put, actually, I should put free team in for Chicago. That would make more sense. There we go. There we go. That makes more sense. Oh, what the heck did that do? Ah, 1 second. I gotta just make sure that this pastes properly. There we go. All right, I think that looks correct. Let me go ahead and get TeamViewer over here. Save as a PNG. I really wish there was I could hit a single button and it'd just do what I wanted to do. I could probably could set up a script somehow to automatically read it, but you know. Bob with the Red Wings. Got the Oilers lost. Seattle. Here Irish with the Sharks. Here with the Sabres. All right, that looks good. And then let's go with this. All right. So there we go. All right, so we'll get started. Again, we got a few breaks to do today. We got 3 in total. So we'll start off again. These are the same boxes from the half case last week. We got the new brake mats in, so hopefully that'll help with our auto-focusing issues. A few sorting notes is that I'm not going to individually sleeve and top load all of the monster seasons anymore because, well, there's a lot of them. And then Young Guns will kind of go as the time flies. So the good ones will sleeve and top load right away. They'll anyone else will be kind of just put in a pile, and I will do them at the end of the break, or well, when I'm sorting. So there's our box number. Here we go. Let's hope that, God, if we hit the Bedard 101 and it's a 31 person random, that is gonna be nuts. All right, let's see if the focus will like us today. Here we go. Sorokin on the Instinctive for the Islanders. If it seems out of focus, let me know. Fluorescence of Condota. Maybe a little bit out of focus for the Habs. And a Bobby McMahon honor roll. We'll sleeve up the fluorescences along the way. Again, they're not the major value cards, but they're rare enough. And Bobby McMahon. The one thing I will say about having new brake mats is, or the different mats, is that I'm a little bit thrown off by where to pile stuff. So we're going to put a couple decoys down just because that'll help me space it out. It's really funny how much something small you don't really think about impacting your view, but it's I would normally put them, I knew exactly where to put them because they'd be edge of the mat. It's just muscle memory. All right, Barzell on the PCs, Deep Roots of Wierenski, and Matt Tompkins for the Bolts. And in terms of base variations, we'll probably do a bit of a YouTube video on this next week, just as a PSA. But there are the Swagnificents, there are penalty box variations, and then there's also a couple Easter egg. There's at least one Easter egg, White House card. So Cole Caulfield on the Ecliptic Sparkles, Nuge for the Oilers, and Luke Hughes for the Devils. By the way, if you are in the Vancouver Lower Mainland area, we should have pretty much all of our Series 2 stuff priced out. I think I just have the Canvas and Young Guns left to go. So they'll be available in store for you to look at if you want to complete your set. But we got a population count. Austin Matthews for the Leafs. Population count 1,000. It's not bad. Hey, Pearl. Yeah, the Bruins are pretty solid. I like them. Director of Boards is Sam Carrick, and I forgot to look up his name. Now I feel bad. I meant to look up his name. But yeah, base variations this year, it's a little bit tougher because, Cardboard Connection doesn't have the updates that they used to have, with all the Easter egg stuff. So have to figure it out on the fly. Pedersen on the Ecliptic, Deep Roots for Rantanen, and Peltier on the portraits. So hopefully we see a Bedard here, because you don't want this to be the Bedardless case. Toffoli, or not, why did I say Toffoli? Kopitar, Svozil on the Young Guns, and Vetrano on the Canvas. Yeah. Let me know how the focus is doing with the cards too. It's also I'm very interested in. I think it's a little bit better today, so got an Outburst coming up. Instinctive of Chekhov, Damon Hunt on the Young Guns, and Ryan McDonough on the Outburst. That goes there. Base Outburst of McDonough. Nashville is ripping hot right now. We have a monster season of McDavid for the Oilers, Ecliptic of Matthews, and gritty portraits for the Flyers. Second best portrait you can get in the product. Definitely keep the option for the nickname. Okay, so we can definitely do that. I have to set the listings up differently. And yeah, I think we'll probably, if people like that as well, I know it's a little bit bigger of a step to go through, but can definitely do that. Jack Hughes, Teasdale, Philip Grubauer. We've actually, our cases haven't, the best thing that I personally pulled from it has probably been the Ty Cartier, outside of obviously a base like Bedard Young Guns, is like Ty Cartier Young Guns exclusives. O'Brien on the board of directors, Matthews on the deep roots, Ridley Gregg on the honor roll, but nice red Dazzlers. The black Dazzlers look sick. Blue Dazzlers of McKinnon seems okay-ish. And then Demko and Zach Benson. Focus. Benson on the Young Guns. That is one of the good ones to get. And honestly, I'm shocked his value is as low as what it is. Like, in terms of what our best pull is for stuff, or the Black Dazzlers. Like, the Black Dazzlers are sick. In tins. JD, I didn't know what you were referring to there. I just looked away from chat for like half a second. It's like, oh god, I'm out of context again. But yeah. Yeah, the red Dazzlers is sick. Frederick for the Bruins on the Sparkles, Giroux for the Senators, and Matt Murray for the non-Toronto Maple Leafs. AKA the Dallas Stars on that Matt Murray. All right, Matthews and Benson so far. Next box. Man, I will say having just a giant mat too. I'm not worried about where I'm putting cards down. It's just stuff just slides. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, the red Dazzlers, the color match. Anytime you get a color match on a Dazzlers, oh. The Pettersson one, I need to pick up the Pettersson one because that's like the black skate jersey. Oh, 09. Here we go. There we got clear cut. I think we already pulled the clear cut Young Gun in the first half, if I remember correctly. So PCs of Ovechkin, Sergachev on the clear cut, Matthew Nice on the rookie portraits. I don't think there's any short printing in the portraits either. There was in years priors, but yeah. Our next step is getting the overhead camera. I have some of the stuff. I just need the camera now. The camera that I thought would have worked isn't going to work. So Stuart Skinner, Zibanejad, and Solovyov. So, and just looking at camera options, and might end up upgrading this specific camera, so the main camera we're using, and use this one as a new overhead guy. But we will see. That's just a base of Demko, Gaudreau on the Sparkles, Backlund for the Flames, and Casper. And as per usual, our Surrey. So it's, I mean, generally if you're outside of Vancouver, like it's close to Vancouver. I forget whereabouts you are, but it'd be like if you live in Toronto, it'd be like not quite Mississauga, but somewhat similar. Oh, highlighter is yellow of UC Saros with Vejmelka and Knashko. If you're talking from the airport, like, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe more, maybe. I actually don't know. I've never done that drive. I live like 45 minutes away, but I'm way further, kind of south and east. So, but I'd say like 45. It and highly dependent on traffic, but like 45-ish, and depending where in Vancouver, because it's Vancouver sprawls pretty good. Kaprizov, Doughty, and Kopanen. So, yeah, the brakes. I mean, they're not done there. They're done a little bit further away. So we bring everything back home because it's just easy with my whole setup's been here the whole time. So, yeah. McEwen on the director of boards, Bolinskis. And, well, that's one of the good Young Gun canvases. Luke Hughes for the Devils. Nice one there. One of the good Young Gun canvases. By the way, Young Gun canvas black and whites are much tougher to pull this year. In terms of kind of case odds, it seems you're getting about 6 numbered cards per case, including population counts. So, Kyle Connor, Mark Del Gaizo, and Adam Henrique. Oh, yeah. I mean, depending whereabouts in Vancouver, it should be doable. Glaring of Cole Caulfield. Put that up there just because it's rare. Horvat, Peltier, but those are not hitting the market well. No, I mean, like, honestly, feel free to stop in at the store at any time. Like, and the entire team there is awesome. So, Sogard for the Senators, Laferriere for the Kings, and Garland for the Canucks. Laferriere's value is kind of where I expected it to be at, but I thought he could have been a little bit higher, too, at the same time. Yeah, depending on what day. You know, I go in more often to just go through singles and stuff. Reeves for the Wild, Jamie Benn for the Stars, and Walker Dewar for the Flames. But it also depends what I'm up to, because hopefully in August I'll be moving locally, but it's at least the plan. Dazzlers of Larkin with Robertson and Matty Poitras on the Young Guns. So there we go. Poitras and Benson. Two of the good guys. Ecliptic Sparkles of Clayton Keller, Johnny Gaudreau on the canvas, and Trevor Zegras on the portraits. I don't think we'll pull another Bedard portraits in this half because we pulled one in the first half. So, yeah, like, sounds good. Eventually, I'd like to start having some breaks in store, but it just depends on a lot of things, right? So, it's also just a lot easier for me to sort at home. I mean, I guess I can sort anyways. I just have to bring my trays with me at this point, but yeah. And then, I guess next month we have the big show, so definitely we'll have a Series 2 case for breaks there. And I have to double check, but we might have an older Series 1 case that's not McDavid, but or Matthews, but a couple of brothers in it that are pretty good. Hopefully. So I'm gonna have some fun. And honestly, the breaks over the next little bit on here too, gonna be a lot of fun. Like lots of cool and fun breaks planned, at least on paper. So hopefully it pulls through. Watson, Svozil, I'm gonna sleeve those after. Levi, just because they're not, unless they're the top players, they're not really worth the time. So. Hart, Pasta, and Hammond Actel. HHM. Or HHA. I don't know where the M came from. I think Hammond is what my mind got confused. Sparkle, Tanner Jeannot, Rupe Hintz, and Makar. So. Yeah, we have a bunch of the singles. So I know all the, like, Series 2 exclusives inserts, so like the Board of Directors, Deep Roots, the Ecliptics, and stuff like that. They're all priced in. So if you want to complete your set, like go into the store and like just check it out. So Marner for the Leafs, Lee for the Islanders, and Will Cooley for the Rangers. I still have the Canvas and Young Guns and a couple other oddballs left to price. So yeah. Dazzlers of Forsberg, Pizzetta, and Semeskovic. I like his game. Might be a sleeper young gun right now, but probably would only focus on... Honestly, this year, I'd focus on trying to get like deluxes or exclusives if you can, depending on the price difference to base. So, Vasilevsky for the Bolts on the Instinctive Sparkles, Fleury, and Nylander. Because there is, I think it's like... If it's 6 numbered cards per case on average, then there's like probably at least... Ooh, we got a base exclusives. Drew Doughty to 100 for the Kings. Billy Husso and Fraser Minton on the Young Guns. Doughty exclusives. Put that in the numbered pile. But yeah, I think it's like... I think there's definitely a little bit more than like Series 1 and stuff, but at the same time, I think they had to print a little bit more too. I mean, just the price for boxes is insane, right? Robertson for the Stars, Crosby for the Penguins, Edmondson for the Red Wings. It's one of those things where... Waiting is the 8th? Okay. The 8th. Keller for the Yotes, Nick Sweeney, and Wade Redden on the Program of Excellence. That's gotta be Ottawa, right? Like, it can't be anyone other than Ottawa. I'll check, but that has to be Ottawa. I can almost guarantee you that is Ottawa. Let's see, Wade Redden. Yeah, there's no one even close to him. It's Ottawa. It's like all but essentially like 900 games are with Ottawa. Is it Thursday? I mean, depends where the venue is too in Vancouver, because that can honestly make a lot of sense. So, got an Outburst Young Guns, Kaprizov with Connor Zary, nice, and Hunter Shepard. Hunter Shepard on the Outburst Young Guns. Not a bad one to get. Not a bad one to get. We'll give that the stand treatment. Sure. His value is a little bit higher on his Outburst than what I was expecting. But he's a goalie, so goalies tend to do well. So one thing about collecting cards. Monster Season of McDavid for the Oilers, Ecliptic of Kempe, and Afinaseyev on the portraits, the honor roll. Oh, I still have one pack left. Oh, I can put all the base cards away. Nope, I got one pack left. Going through all the base looking for image variations is one of the most tedious things. Binnington with a John Ludwig and a Yenny Gord. All right. Well, halfway point. I think we're due here, as no Bedard so far. Would technically be the 9th box. I know we've hit Leo Carlson, so I'm like 90% sure we hit Leo Carlson in that first half. So Washington, you got the Shepherd, the Buffalo, Boston, Calgarys of the world. You're doing fine. Ottawa, you've got a cool card. I mean, even the Predators have a cool card. Leafs have a cool card. Kings have a cool card. All that matters. If we pull the Red Outburst, I will shake. So, Kucherov. Young Gun Canvas Black and White of Daniil Gushin for the Sharks. Gushin for the Sharks on the black and white Young Gun canvas. These are extremely rare. And honestly, he is a player that I am interested in because I think he's good. So, Gushin for the Sharks. And compared to like who's on that Young Gun canvas checklist, solid player. Also, the extended series Young Gun canvas checklist might be absolutely more bonkers than anything. Askarov for the Predators. Because there is like you're gonna have Bedard, you're gonna have Leo Carlson, probably Mintyukov, Fantilli, assuming they print all of them in the canvas set, which I wouldn't see why not. But Jari and Kopitar and Artur Silovs. Good time to pull that with Demko being injured. You'll likely see him get a couple games in. I think he's a good goalie. We're gonna sleeve him up. He's a good goalie. And a little bit of Canucks bias, but just a little bit of Canucks bias. I think Extended's going to be fun, especially if they keep the acetate Young Guns, the thicker 55-point acetate Young Guns. I think it'll be a really fun product. Forsberg, Swayman, and Sam Bolduc. The other thing I want to try and do is eventually bring this camera angle up to up higher, so it's so you get more of my perspective. Yeah, I mean they seem to be doing well. They're surprising me, but ooh, orange highlighters. Orange are the rare one in 2 cases essentially. DeBrusk for the Bruins with a Saros and a Voronkov on the Young Guns. DeBrusk on the orange highlighters. I do wish they had what game it's from, or the moment for the highlighters. Voronkov a good Young Gun too, but just not the highest value because Columbus, essentially. Ovechkin, Clevin. God, triple Ovi pack would have gone wild. You know what I'm excited for down the stretch run too? The Buffalo Sabres. They look good. Bo Byram looks great. Ooh, is that a red portrait or is that I think that's a canvas. All right, we have Vanacek, Bobby McMahon, and then an Aaron Ekblad canvas for the Panthers. We'll sleeve up McMahon just because I think he's selling better than Minton, but I haven't checked. He was for a while. Not recap worthy, but leave the top load. Actually, we'll put Sealoffs in that pile. Konechny with a Mentipalo and Trocheck. Monster Season of McDavid, Ecliptic of Tage, and Brady Tkachuk on the portraits. Tage Thompson, Jackson Lacombe. It's actually selling a little bit better than I was expecting, but Tkachuk for the Senators. One of the plus tier 3, tier 4 guys, so obviously not who you want to pull, but if you're pulling one from that group of players, you're fine with him. Jakai, Scheifele, and Evangelista. 2 to go. Dazzlers of Sorokin, Philip Grubauer, and Mintyukov. There we go for the Ducks. And in my opinion, the best defenseman in this crop. Nemec being a close second, but I I think Hughes is actually probably going to be like third for me. Oh yeah, we're due. There's 2 boxes left. Instinctive of Logan Thompson, Lekanen, and Shellman. Kelman. I think it's Shellman, but don't remember. So no base image variations. But we do have, I'm just going to shrink the insert stack down a little bit. We'll put this one as. Hey, why wait for red outburst? Let's go for gold outburst. You know? Actually, let's wait a couple weeks for that. I still have my case. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to open up my one case that I've kind of got for myself. I'm very, very torn. But I've had that on hold forever. It's one of those products that's just like, you know, I know I'll have fun ripping it. But also, I have so many cards that I need to sell and price through that it's like, well, I'm fine sitting on it for a little bit, but I can tell you, each and every day that goes by, and I look over at that case, and I'm just like, man, what if it's in there? Like, you know. Point. Mangiapane. Owen Beck. You learn. You learn. That's all I will say around that. Shesterkin, and man, this is gonna be the one that I think trolls the most people, is because it sticks kind of out to the side. You have the red dashers, but ooh, nice. Gannett on that, and then the Young Gun Canvas checklist, Cooley and Luke Hughes. That'll be a random, guaranteed, because it's 1 spot per person, so you can't have both teams. Why is it? Oh, there we go. Sometimes Twitch's like really strict block list is weird for words. Zegras, black and white canvas of Morgan Frost, and Bo Horvat on the portraits. Yeah, you eventually learn restraint, so. Monster Season, nice. Oh, there's an Ecliptic of Jack Hughes in there. It's like something's missing. Yeah, I mean, we do have the channel set to pretty strict, just terms, just to be safe. But Carlson, Billy Sweezy, and Jonathan Marchessault. Yeah. No, I mean, to be fair, I opened a McDavid up from boxes of like 2015, 16 that I was kind of like holding on to. And then I also opened up an 0506 hobby box like 5 years ago. Man, if I would have known, I guess it would have been like 6, 7 years ago now. If I would have known what that would have jumped to, I mean, I knew it was going to jump, but it was a celebration box. But man, Olmark, Barzell, and Konechny. And it was a bad box, but I got 8 Young Guns from it, so I opened up a hobby and a retail, actually. Maroon on the Director of Boards. Deep Roots of Larkin, and Lowry. He's actually selling pretty well. But at the same time, it was like, when am I going to get the chance to open up this box? I was in it for literally no cost. I actually like made money from the lot that I bought it from. Like a lot. And I found both those in that lot. So it was kind of like, whatever. Take a shot. Panarin for the Rangers. Aho and Marilainen. It again, just you start to go through. Okay, I actually probably want to hold this one for a little bit. Eichel, Morella. This is the right crop. Ryan Johansson. This is the right crop. Dazzlers of Darlene with a Karu. Well, we have our first random for Bedard. Nice little Connor Bedard Young Guns. It's got the usual like typical edge chip on it. Corner's kind of okay. Something I need to do with these because we're randoming them off is I need a pen. Where's my good pen? What do I do with that? It's probably in my backpack still. 1 second. That's not my good pen, but whatever. That's a fitting pen, so. We'll do. Of course, I hate leaving pens exposed, but I think I. There we go. YG number 1. Just in case we pull 2, this one will be number 1. So, just in case we pull 2, this one will be 1. I'll put that like right there. I'm covering all bases here. But yeah, hey, we have 1 for a random. That's not bad. Someone's going to be really happy in this break. 2's doable. We still have another box. I'd like to get 1 more Bedard insert. Like 1 more card in this break. Kemper on the Sparkles. Letang and Forster. 2 would be nuts, though. And again, it's possible. Ooh, gold PCs of Panarin. These are really tough to hit for the Rangers. Crosby and Luke Phillip. Okay, so if it's the stick like low on the side, that's how you tell. But yeah, Bedard 1 out. We're so far in breaks, we've only pulled 1 per case, so. This would be the one that breaks the trend. Last box though. So the Luke Phillip goes to whoever. Essentially, all of these Chicago cards get grouped together into 1 spot outside of Bedard. So when we do the random, it'll be like you'll have the Chicago Blackhawks and then whatever Bedard stuff, and then whoever lines up with Chicago gets all of the Chicago stuff, including if we hit. Okay, this box is wild. Hang on, make sure we have the right amount of packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just because I've seen people do it where they have like Chicago, like a 32 team break where all the Bedard cards are random, but like to be honest, I just looked at it and it's like, oh, we might as well just do Chicago as a free team at that point, because I think it was like essentially on a half case break is like an extra $1, and on the full case break is like $2 or something like that. And it's like at that point, you know, someone's going to be a lot happier getting Chicago as a free team than they are going to be getting Chicago without Bedard. And so it just made more sense from my perspective. Deluxe of Sissons to 205. 204 of, or sorry, 205, 250. So I think we had 3 numbered cards in the first half, so we shouldn't have any more, but Crosby and have an Actel. Actually, if this is like our other case where we got a Shepherd outburst, we also got, I think, an Hammond Actel outburst in that. But, Braden Point on the Ecliptic, Kraus, Walker Dewar. Sparkles of Toffoli, Jeannot, Edvinson. I'm shocked there was no Fantilli cards in Series 2. That is one that actually shocked me quite a bit. Zegras with a Kairu and a Jason Robertson. But yeah, again, looking for feedback on the break format so I know what to do for next week. If people like this better, if they just like a straight 32 team random, let me know. Maroon with a Marchand and a Leferrier. Obviously, it kind of like just depends on how many Bedards you pull. Shesterkin, Mintukov, yep. Mintukov, and William Dufour. Islanders on Dufour, I believe. He hasn't changed teams. And Team Canada stuff is current team, or if they're retired, it's most games played. Also, I know that one break I said that I didn't know if we pulled a I didn't know if we pulled a Mintukov Young Guns. We did pull one, so yeah, he's still Islanders property. Cool. But yeah, it's definitely one of those products that's like just a lot of risk involved in it, and like like all sports card products have risk. It's just, there's more risk than usual in this one just because the price is higher. So just want to be cognizant of that. So Eichel, Pusha, and Carter Hart on the outburst. And put them to the side quickly. Yeah, I think like for Series 2, we'll stick with this. Where like you can reasonably predict that you'll probably get a Bedard card. Monster Season of McDavid, Jack Hughes, and Levi. I think for other products like SPX, SP Authentic, those types of products, I would probably just go back to the 32 team random, but we'll see. Erik Karlsson, Jackson Lacombe, and Kirill Kaprizov. I think Benson is going to be one of the best young guns from this set. I think he might end up being better than Leo Carlson. I really like his game. But Olmark with a Sagan and a Ryan Nugent Hopkins. So no Bedard Dazzlers either. Kairu on the Dazzlers. That's not Bedard. Kairu again, and Ludwig. Last pack. We got 2 randoms to do for sure. Will we have a third? We have a third. Instinctive of Samsonov for the Leafs, Canvas of Nuge and Pedersen, so we'll random that off, and a Afinaseyev. So overall, I don't know, could have been better. Could have been worse. But let me go ahead and, the Young Gun card's going to be really easy to list, or the Bedard cards are going to be easy to list because it's literally just one base Young Gun. Let's go ahead and get that all set up. I'm just going to get the insert stacks, or we'll do that between the breaks here. So that was due for. We have 3 randoms to do. First one is going to be Vancouver, Edmonton. Second one is going to be Arizona, New Jersey. And then the third one is going to be the Bedard one, which is going to be And then I need another random for the team list as well. Okay. Give me a minute to get this all set up here. So we have all non-Bedard or Bedard Young Guns. All right. Here we go with the rant. I guess I'll just get them all pasted in, but let me just get them all pasted in. And team random is just a list of teams again. All right, here we go. Random time. Let's go ahead and do these. So 3 times team on top gets the card for the first 2 randoms here. So this is a canvas checklist between Edmonton and Vancouver. Once, twice, 3rd time. Edmonton on that guy. Let me go ahead and just get a sticker on that. Edmonton. Then we got the Cooley and Luke Hughes canvas checklist. Once, twice, 3rd time. New Jersey. New Jersey had a actually pretty solid break. All right, New Jersey. And then the Bedard random. So there's just essentially 1 Bedard card and then the Chicago Blackhawks. So we'll just random this 3 times to get our order. Once, twice, 3rd time. There's 3 times. So that will go into the spreadsheet here. We'll go Bedard cards. Let's make this. Is this a different font? Size 18. 18 and then unbold. And then the list of teams here. Again, all 31 teams. Once, top 2 get stuff. Twice, 3rd time, it is Detroit and Florida. So Detroit and Florida. So the Detroit Red Wings get the Bedard Young Gun, and the Florida Panthers get the rest of the Chicago Blackhawks cards. So who had Detroit? Bob. Congrats, Bob. And then who had Florida? Walter. There we go. All right. That is group break 413. So quick little recap here. Let me do. That's in the list. I know who it is. I don't need to write that down again. Quick little recap. 1 Bedard Young Gun. We did hit a canvas black of Daniel Gushin. I think this is our first Young Gun canvas black. We hit the canvas checklist that goes to the Devils. In terms of numbered cards, this is just something that I want to keep track of. Assistants exclusives, Assistants Deluxe, Doughty exclusives, and Austin Matthews on the pop count. So 3 there. Cool base Young Guns, Mintukov, Lowry, Mintukov again, Zary, Poitras, and Benson. And then in terms of program of excellences, Dufour for the Islanders, Redden for the Senators, Luke Hughes Young Gun canvas, and then other cool stuff, PC Gold Sparkles of Panarin, Highlighters of DeBrusque, Highlighters of Saros, and then, Shepard on the Outburst Silver. So that is 414 up next. And yeah, congrats to Bob and the Detroit Red Wings on their Connor Bedard Young Gun. All right.